And I do think you're setting up for October where you're going to get a collapse. I think everyone is pretty complacent that the June lows are in, and I still think they get taken out. So let's see who wins this horse race. So we kind of have this weird formation forming in a lot of different things. We saw it in Apple last week. We have this kind of megaphone top forming now, where if you can join all of the highs, and we snuck a little bit outside here, which to me was just a bull market trap, but this is kind of like a megaphone top. Typically you get a megaphone that looks just like that. This is a downward trending thing or what have you, but I do think that we've now hit the upside here and are going to go that way. We're still in August. I don't know what the pacing of this is. Typically September, October is seasonally, where if the bear market comes, October is really a bad month. So I think this is setting up. I always say wait for the market to tell you. You don't have to get ahead. We didn't know 7 weeks straight up. We don't know where this thing's going to end. And then all of a sudden the market tells you. Now, I think last week's high should be it. If this is really a bear market rally, which I think it is, we're going to go lower. And then if it's not, the market will also give us that referendum. So you can see these little sneaky reversals. Makes a new high, close on the low, makes a new high. These are, they tell us when the next leg is going to start. And so I do think the difficulty is we went straight up. So, something tell you, it's just, we're not going to, I think, slice through here. But who knows? Who knows? I mean, when you have perception going one way and then perception change, they can go a million miles the other way. And I do think you're setting up for October where you're going to get a collapse. I think everyone is pretty complacent that the June lows are in, and I still think they get taken out. So let's see who wins this horse race. Apple is probably the biggest proxy. I started pointing this out last week, and we started coming off in Apple, and we're off in the pre-market session here. Apple's like one of the biggest megaphone tops, and we just connected right at these highs. And, so this is kind of a crazy thing, the way this kind of went up. Now, I don't expect it to just go straight down, but I do think that that was it. What I like to do is see the market come off, then it's likely to do some kind of retest. You always want to see some kind of pattern, occur, to start it off. I never really trust kind of one leg where it's just over. And this, just doesn't have a look of, so we're going to drop, and we could drop more, but who knows? We could just do a little head and shoulders down here. But I get the feeling that that was it, that, we maxed out up here. I made that kind of thing last Wednesday or something, and now we keep falling. So I think it's a slow burn. Apple's kind of probably the worst one to short. It's still not really ready to, but look how sharp that is. And now I think we're starting to break this today. We're starting to sneak out the bottom end of this big steep channel. So I do think we are starting to get this turn that I've been looking for. And, I did this kamikaze play, and, I was kind of thinking, well, maybe I'm just a moron, but maybe not. This is in the Dow. So Wayne Gretzky had this saying, I don't skate to where the puck is, I skate to where it's going to go. And, I kind of had that in mind, when I was doing this play last week. So every time it went to 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, I started buying these Dow puts. Then it went to 43, and I go, wow, I was starting to feel like queasy. I felt sick. And I put a whole bunch. I've got thousands of these freaking calls, these put options now, the 30s for October. So, you know, let's see what happens. I bought them between $1.50 and $2. So, you know, but I kind of was looking at this very esoteric, you don't really see this very often. You know, it's a diamond pattern. You connect these things and it looks like a diamond. And so, you know, I kind of had a plan when it was here. I said, if it comes, you know, and bangs into this, I'm just gonna sell against that. Now, I would really like to see this as a confirmation. I mean, by the end of the month, I would like to see that. I'd like to see it bang up against that thing and then do a full-throated reversal. And then I feel like I will probably be, you know, looking at that. So we've got another, you know, week or so, and I really want to see this thing end down here. You know, a full-throated rejection of that price level. Because we see these patterns and they can be continuation too. They can go that way too. So when we see these things, they can be reversals or continuations. And I just surmise that this is going to look like this. That's how I think things are going to work out. But, you know, I mean, I've been pressed against the wall the last couple of weeks. This thing has just been going up and going up. And that's the nature of short covering rallies. And it really made me second guess. And then you hear everybody like, we've beaten inflation, we've gotten to the other side, soft landing, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm just kind of looking at these technicals and saying, you know, I don't know. I'm not so sanguine here.
So you can see, yeah, 45, it's 1.3 million.
$1.3 million short.
So pop out a profit for 118,000 there.
So you can see how this is going crazy now. You can see how the market just going nuts.
I bet like $1.6 million on this position. I'm showing right now $23,000 gain.